The groundwork for today's event began 7 years ago when we celebrated our union's first 100 years. It was then that we realized that the history of our union was far from complete. We had to develop a strategy for saving our records in order to provide a complete picture of who we are and were as a union. We didn't want a history as rich as ours to be left in the hands of a few reporters. So we began the effort to find a university to house our archives. We wanted an institution with a strong academic focus, an institution that was accessible to our members, and an institution that wanted to build a long-lasting relationship with our union. Thanks to a number of people, that place turned out to be the George Washington University. There are a few people who must be thanked by name, and a couple of them you've heard from Jack already. But first and foremost, of course, is our General President, Jim Hoffa. He knows the importance of our union's history more than anyone. It's in his blood. So Jim, thank you. Our General Secretary Treasurer, Tom Kegel, has been behind the program from the start. Tom learned our union's history firsthand from the men who participated in the famous 1934 Minneapolis strike. So thank you, Tom, for your support of this effort. There have also been many other key players from our union, and I'd just like to recognize a few of them. There's one person at the Teamsters who keeps our history alive. She's known as the History Lady. That's Karen Jones. Karen. And on my team, the person who followed every detail of this construction project and made sure that we've got a 100% union-built facility, that's Jeff Jones. Thanks, Jeff. And finally, Leo Diener, an assistant to General President Hoffa, has not only been a staunch advocate of the program, he made the first donation of his personal collection to the archives. So Leo. On GW's side, there are a number of people who've been partners and worked hard to make this happen. I don't know if he's here tonight, but Professor Leo Rebuffo in the history department was in our first discussions and really advocated for this program. Former Special Events Director Jim Hess worked directly with President Trachtenberg to get this project moving 3 years ago. Steve Mandeville Gamble was the first person at the library we met with back over when there was a university club, and we walked through how this could be possible. And of course, President Trachtenberg pulled everything together to make the Archives project a reality. Thank you, President Trachtenberg. And with the construction of the Research Center, I first want to thank President Knapp for joining us in the vision of building a labor history center here in the heart of our nation's capital. Thank you. Jack Siggins and his whole team at the library, John Cudless and the development team, they've been great partners in this process. You couldn't ask for better partners. It's been a tremendous team. So everybody on that team, thank you. Both of those teams have done a tremendous job. I had a great experience here at GW, serving as chairman of the student program board. I found my brick, it's back over in the corner. And I worked for the university full-time through graduate school. When I left here in 1995, I never thought that I'd be giving another speech on campus, much less with my 5-year-old standing here next to me. I was fortunate enough to start it at GW in August of 1988, just weeks after Stephen Joel Trachtenberg came to campus. And he had a vision for the university and he acted on it. The campus today is a far cry from what it was 22 years ago. It was that vision that got this project off the ground. And so with that, I'd like to introduce Stephen Trachtenberg, President Emeritus of the George Washington University.